All right, the U.S. Supreme Court has weighed in on the controversial deportation of a man from Maryland to a prison in El Salvador. A judge gave the Trump administration until yesterday to bring him back, but the Chief Justice stayed that ruling. Moments ago, Attorney General Pam Bondi reacted to the decision and the idea that this man is an innocent victim. Listen.
To say that he was training to be an electrician does not legitimize him from being a violent gang member. And we will continue to fight for the safety of Americans and get these people out of our country to make America safe. Every victim of crime deserves to be safe. And these families who have lost loved ones to these, they are foreign adversaries, they are terrorists, and they are living among us no longer. And especially after that ruling yesterday, they better start self-deporting because we're coming after them.
I'm going to bring in CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen. So Jake, the Attorney General there in those statements that she just made, can you remind our viewers, in the court documents, are there any indications that this gentleman is a gang member other than allegations made by witnesses that were not corroborated?
No, there are not, Vlad. And in these court filings about Mr. Kilmar Armando Garcia, the man at the question of yesterday's stay, in which Judge Roberts paused a deadline, which was midnight last night, to return him to the United States after a judge ordered him returned back in a Friday court hearing. There's no concrete or criminal evidence that he has ever been a member of MS-13. His family and his wife have told CBS News that he is not and has not ever been a gang member, in addition to his attorneys pointing out that the allegations in this alleged confidential informant note that he was the head of a MS-13 pocket in Long Island. He's never lived on Long Island. I think it's important to point that out. In this case, though, the deadline has been indefinitely paused as the Supreme Court considers this case. It's really one, Vlad, where there is no past precedent. There has never been the case of a man who's been deported as a result of an administrative error to a country not the United States while being technically paid. This government is being paid to detain him at least for the next year or so if nothing changes.
Yeah, and I know that the White House is claiming sort of a victory of sorts with these rulings from the Supreme Court. But Jake, help our viewers understand. The court also weighed in on these mass deportation flights yesterday. While it's allowing them to continue, there are certain conditions that the court has asked the government to consider.
Right, and in the case of Mr. Abrego Garcia, I'll just add, there was no victory yet. The Supreme Court is still hearing that case. When what the White House has been claiming as a victory since last night, the Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, sided with the Trump administration, saying that Judge James Boasberg's order here in D.C. that blocks the Trump administration's use of the Alien Enemies Act to deport alleged gang members who are from Venezuela, part of that Tren de Aragua gang, those flights can continue. Those deportations can continue. The Trump administration has had a number of other ways to deport these people outside of using this 200-plus-year-old law. The Supreme Court said that any future challenges to people who are trying to block their deportation under this law must be held in the place where they're actually being detained. It cannot be in a place like Washington, D.C. In addition to, the Trump administration may no longer conduct these deportations in secret or at the last minute like they did on March 15th when there were 3 flights sent out at the last minute and a last-minute proclamation invoking all of this. There were no ways for people to reach their attorneys, and people's due process rights were violated. All 9 justices at the Supreme Court found that. So while the Trump administration is claiming a legal victory here, it really is in many ways a legal victory for the plaintiffs, even though they're going to have to refile cases elsewhere, likely in Texas. It is concrete proof right now from the Supreme Court and all the other courts that have adjudicated this case that the Trump administration broke people's rights before they were deported to that supermax prison.
Yeah, all right. Important information there from Jake Rosen. Thank you, Jake.